Welcome to Business Box with me, Malcolm Stephens. In this series, we discuss various ideas using which we can strategically manage our business. We can use these ideas to evolve, re-engineer, and transform our businesses. In this episode of Business Box, I'm going to speak to you about customer centricity. Based on my experience of close through 3 decades, I've realized customer centricity is one of the most misunderstood concepts. When I say misunderstood, it's because when I'm invited to speak in organizations to address the teams of these organizations, and I ask them to brief me as to what they actually want me to speak on, and they start talking to me about service management, they talk about service delivery, they talk about delighting customers, and so on. Even in seminars where the theme is customer centricity, I've seen speakers, eminent speakers and leaders from various organizations talking about how customer is the king and how customers need to be delighted and how a customer is a guest in the premises and so on. Actually, customer centricity is far away from all these things. It's something totally different. But before I go on to customer centricity, I'd like to talk about something which most organizations are actually focused on, and that's on product centricity. Most organizations are very product centric, where brand is perceived to be more greater of value than the customer itself. Yes, brand is perceived to have greater value than the customer. And normally, most of these organizations create a product, market a product, sell a product, and then repeat the cycle. So they create a product, whether it's actual product, whether it's a store, whether it's an outlet, whether it's a physical product, whether it's services, it could be anything. So they create a product, market a product, sell a product, and they repeat the cycle. However, if you look at it, customer centricity is totally different. It's entirely different from what I've been speaking about right now in terms of perceptions of different organizations. Customer centricity, if understood and done right, is the real game changer. So what is customer centricity? Customer centricity is about focusing on the right customers for strategic business advantage. It's a strategy to fundamentally align a company's products and services with the wants and needs of its most valuable customers. The strategy behind customer centricity is to ensure that we get maximum profits over a long period of time. So it's actually looking at the most valuable customers who are there and understanding what actually would they be requiring. So if I were to define what is customer centricity, this is how it would look. So customer centricity is a strategy of an organization to identify the present and the future needs of its most valuable customers, and then align its development and delivery of its products and services to those needs in order to maximize their long-term financial value. So in simple words, it means that you identify who are your most valuable customers. And having done that, you understand what they would like to buy in the present and in the future. What are their needs? What are their wants? And then all the organization's development and delivery, be it product or services, is focused around that. If you look from the Pareto principle, it would be defined as 20% of your customers give 80% of your business. So understand what does this 20% of the customers want today or in the future, and develop and give products and services based on this requirement. So it's all about focusing on your most valuable customers. It might be 20% or they might be 40%, but once you identify and know what exactly they are looking for in the present and in the future, you work around that and ensure that you cater to this requirements of this most valuable customers. And that is what is customer centricity. It's not about catering to everybody who comes into contact with you, whom you transact with. Everybody is not actually your customer. So you focus on your most valuable customers. Now, by doing that, what is the benefit to your organizations? So primarily, when you focus on customer centricity, it's easy to acquire new customers because you know exactly whom you're focusing on, you target them, you look at that particular customer, you market everything around that particular set of customers, and it's very easy actually to acquire these customers. It's easy to retain your customers. So it primarily means you know exactly what are their future buying requirements and what are they actually looking for in the future in terms of needs and wants, and you cater to them, so you retain your customers. And third very important aspect is you can develop your customers, you can make them aware of what you are going to do for them, so they become involved with the organization and they become loyal to you. And so that's primarily what are the benefits of customer centricity. So many a times we have so many transactions in a day with our customers. Our various departments, employees at various levels interact with and transact with our customers. Most organizations have loyalty programs, they have data capture, we find out the demographics, we understand who are our customers and so on. But seldom do we capture the information related to the future buying requirements of our most valuable customers. So two things which we need to train our employees on is to understand who are our most valuable customers, and whenever we transact with them, find out what are their future requirements, or even what are they going to buy in the near future or in the present. And that information will give you an understanding as to what is it that you need to provide to these customers. So it's all about these valuable customers who will give you almost 80% of your revenue. But it does not mean that you ignore your other customers. It doesn't mean that we don't cater to the other customers. Well, let them come, let them do business, you transact with them, but don't spend too much of time. Don't waste too much of time in trying to find out their needs and catering to them, because they are not going to contribute in a big way to your business. They could be like low-hanging mangoes. You can pluck them, you can enjoy those mangoes, you can benefit from those mangoes, but don't focus too much on them. So a good customer-centric organization will treat every customer okay, they will take care of the customer, but they are not going to be unnecessarily burdened with too many responsibilities towards these customers. They are primarily focused on their most valuable customers. So, to sum up in a different way, we say don't waste time doing a bunch of different things just to please your customers. Plant the right seeds. Identify the thing you do better than anyone else and focus all of your attention, money and time on figuring out how to grow your company by doing it. So you identify your customers, the most valuable customers, and think about how you can plant the right seeds. Identify the right seeds, plant them, and take care of them. So that's one thing which you can do. Second thing is you weed out the losers. So figure out which customers add the most value and provide the best opportunities for sustained growth, and ditch the worst of the worst. Don't focus too much on customers who don't really add value to your business. So focus on your most valuable customer. Then you need to nurture the winners. Once you figure out who are your best customers, the most valuable customers, you really blow their minds off with the kind of care which you can give to find out what they need, develop customer intimacy, discover their unfulfilled needs, innovate all the time to make their wishes come true. And very importantly, try to over-deliver on every single promise or every single commitment you make to these valuable customers. So by doing that, you increase your customer equity. Okay, it primarily talks about the customer's lifetime value. So you have your most valuable customers, and by doing all that you can to take care of them, you actually understand the lifetime value of these customers. Thereby, you can even forecast as to what these customers are going to give you in times to come. So focus on these valuable customers and get the best out of them. Once you do this, you build up what we call as customer centricity. Then you talk about customer service, managing your service, delivering extraordinarily good service, working out your value package, and working out your service strategies. But the essence is to get customer centricity right. Yes? So to conclude, you need to check now, what is your business all about? Are you being customer centric in the truest form of it? Are you really looking at your valuable customers? Are you identifying what are their present and future needs of the most valuable customers to your business? And is your business really customer centric? So I do hope that you pick up this idea from the business box, work on it, and become a truly customer centric organization. I wish you all the best. See you in the next episode of the Business Box. This is Malcolm Stephens signing off.